Welcome into Oxygen Not Included. I've been now playing this game pretty much lately, and I have found out few tricks what I haven't seen earlier. So let's make few tutorials for you if you haven't realized this and you'll be wondering how to do things better. As we all know, temperature is that silent colony killer every single time. When we start game, everything looks beautiful and awesome, but then over time we must take care of temperature, and earlier you start it much better and you don't get any surprises suddenly. Especially when you get on this stage where you have your industry area, or when you want cool down your oxygen. As we are doing here, we're pumping 23 Celsius and 20 Celsius oxygen in our base, and how we can do it is just simply having cooling loop around this production area, so it will keep these machines cool, and that way also oxygen will be cool, which going in our base, and that way we can cool our base as well at the same time. Well, simple thing how to cool your loops is go in icebiome. But as we know, icebiome of course heat up over time because you are transforming or transporting your heat from your machines into your icebiome. But what we can do to make sure that, example, our Wreezewort, which are absolutely amazing way to chill your area and keep it chill, how we can make sure that these Wreezeworts, they stay alive. Because as we know, if you accidentally get water on them, they start swimming, they die. And that's of course something what we don't want, because these are wild plants and a free way to cool down this area constantly. Well, if you are extremely lucky and you find a Wreezewort which is growing on granite, not on ice, not on snow, something which doesn't melt, you are luckiest person ever. Because what you can do is just simply build airflow tiles around your Wreezewort, and this way you can just sink this whole area or fill this whole area with water if you want, and this Wreezewort is living underwater if that's situation what you have. And let's show this for you. Let's make tiny little box around our Wreezewort. And now let's put some water. Let's put 111 Celsius polluted water in here, in this box. And as you can see, it's very, very hot. But it's okay. This whole room is now full of water, but this Wreezewort is still growing and living happily ever after, because it's behind airflow tiles, and air is coming in and it can cool down this area around it. And this is the reason why you are very lucky if you have granite where it's growing. Because if we do the same thing for something which is on ice, obviously that ice will melt and eventually Wreezewort will die and you will lose it. But this way, no matter what, you can make sure that your Wreezewort is safe and secured forever. But if you are not lucky that you have Wreezewort on granite, what you can do then to get a little bit more time for your icebiome? Well, let's build pool on this cooling loop. Here we have a little bit too big radiator. We are pushing -6 water, we are getting -4 Celsius water. So our current setup, which is very young still, this is way too good. But in future, this area is of course warming up. This ice is going to melt, so this Wreezewort is going to disappear. And I think biggest issue if you use ice biome is that it's warming up. It eventually disappeared, and you must either extend your cooling loop or just add aqua tuner example, which is using a lot of power. How we can extend ice biome time for our future? Well, right now this is -1. So let's jump into my other world where I have a little bit different situation and temperature with my cooling loop, so I can show you what's happening there. And here we are in my other world where I have similar setup. We are already on cycle 400, and this oxygen production is on very good state. Here's a little bit warmer, but overall we have very nice chill situation. And as we can see, this ice biome what we'll be using, it's very warm comparing that it was that -40, -35 when we start. And I'm currently just extending my radiator to be like forever alive. Here we have granite for this Wreezewort, so technically we can just place airflow tiles here and make sure that this Wreezewort is staying alive forever. Water, it's just 35 grams, but when you're building this box, make sure that you also empty it, clear all ice, all seeds, everything, so it's just an only Wreezewort, and that's it. But this example, what I want to show you is that when you make pool, and over time, when this area is melting, of course, the water fall down, and it will fill this pool. What this pool is doing, this water what we have here, it's absorbing that heat, what is coming from your pipe and from your water, and it keeps it stable. So it doesn't have to be -3 water all the time. We are getting water which is 32 Celsius here, and we are leaving with 14. Plus 14. So what this water pool is doing here, it's just absorbing that all extra water or extra heat from that water which is going through, and then you can extend dramatically your ice biome cooling ability, and you don't have to start cooling that water with aqua tuner example, which is using of course a lot of power. And I'm just making this radiator super big and then just filling this area a little bit with water so I can take all the advantage from this whole radiator and whole this little biome section what we have here. But that was technically my tip for you. Main thing with Wreezewort, how to keep them alive. Like, even if you have ice under this one, you want airflow tiles around it, and then you don't need to worry about that if some water comes from somewhere and then unfortunately drown this absolutely amazing way to freeze your and cool your area. You can keep it alive, and if you have Wreezewort on granite, that will stay alive forever until you rebuild or do something. But it stays alive forever if it's made from granite, and if it's growing on snow like most of the time, then it will disappear over time, but it stays alive much longer. Hopefully this was a helpful video for you, a little tip for this Monday. If it was, remember, drop some comment below. Have you ever used airflow tiles around Wreezewort? How you are cooling your water overall and your cooling loops in your game? And don't forget, leave subscription for our channel if you haven't already done it. Thanks for watching. Until next time, stay awesome always, and enjoy Oxygen Not Included.